Welcome to the Pursuit of Being a Stand-Up Leader. I'm Jared Wittman. I'm here with John Russell of the Business Source and author of Be a Stand-Up Leader.
Woo!
The ABCs of Getting the Job Done Right. We are breaking down John's book chapter by chapter and are on the second half, which is awesome. And we're going to talk about scams.
Yeah, I felt like this was an important chapter because not a day goes by when I don't get targeted.
Mm-hmm.
And my phone, because my website is a public domain and my phone's out there, you can't live in a closet forever, right? So you take your business to the public and now everybody wants to sell you something, lend you money, free government loans, whatever the scam is, and it doesn't end there. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Phishing scams, email scams, banking scams. It frustrates me, and I've just grown to accept it. But in my career, have taken great joy in protecting my clients from getting ripped off. And that's why it's in here. Because a lot of the times when I'm working with a client and they get an email or they get a phone call, usually it's an email. A lot of times it's a phone call about, your Google listing is broken or your website's broken. I get a lot of contacts from people right now about your videos aren't getting seen by enough people.
Right, yeah.
There's a lot of that going on out there. And you don't know who to trust because there's a lot of bad actors out there. Older folks especially get ripped off with banking and money. And I can't even begin to describe the amount of fraud that's out there.
There's a lot.
Have you ever bumped into anything like that?
Yeah.
Anything come to your mind in terms of where you were close to getting scammed, but you didn't?
I think I did get scammed in something. I don't remember the circumstance. But I know my grandma got scammed because she got these. She was ordering some stuff, or like sending some checks in, and you're helping these people out, but it's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
A friend of mine got scammed, and I don't know how it happened to her, but she lost several $1,000s. I mean, it was a legitimate thing. I almost got scammed one time where somebody called me up and said that I had earned a bonus or was given some reward.
Yeah.
And all I wanted was my bank account number.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, seriously. So, it sounded so legitimate because it was through a legitimate company.
Right. I this isn't a business thing, but I read recently that some lady in France got scammed out of $800,000 because she thought she was dating Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah,
which it was.
That happens a lot.
You just have to. You really have to think about. You have to think,
right?
And I think there's
no free ticket.
There's not a lot of people thinking.
No free money.
There really isn't. It's not that easy.
Yeah. So, on social media, you got to keep your guard up.
Yeah.
And I've been lucky to been able to see through a lot of these manipulative emails.
Yeah.
Usually emails are the dangerous ones.
Yeah.
Because they make it look like they're coming from another company.
Right.
That you might be doing business with.
Like I've gotten a couple from PayPal. But yeah, if you look at the sender email, it's like it's not a PayPal email.
That's
it's a
the
Gmail,
key.
So.
Let's review that again. You have to look at the sender's email address and make sure that it corresponds with the company that they allegedly are representing. And then you should always call that company before you do anything. And you should always call your bank if there's ever any questions.
Yeah.
Because it's too easy to get ripped off. I've come close to a couple where I thought I was in safe territory. And then I realized at the last minute that I was being scammed, and then I got out before anything bad happened.
Yeah.
But it happens to people all the time.
Which is unfortunate. But that's part of the world out there.
So I just put this chapter in there to just give you a fair warning that there's a lot of dangerous people out there. Unwanted emails and phone calls from people who don't have your best interest in mind. My advice is don't open emails from people you don't know.
Yeah.
And don't take phone calls from phone numbers you're not familiar with, right?
Yeah.
Simple as that.
So I think like vetting businesses is important too. So if you do come across a business that you've heard other businesses use, talking to someone beyond the sales guy or salesperson is important, because I have found that this isn't necessarily a true scam, but the salesperson is going to say whatever they can say to close the deal, and it might not be true on the back end. And so I've seen where a company came in and said, hey, you buy our service, you can change the customer Google reviews, and you can't do that. And so the company I was working with, they closed with that business without vetting the business itself or doing their research. And then they were stuck in this contract with the business because they didn't ask the questions.
Yeah.
So
the calls my clients get are your website's broken.
Yep.
Your Google business listing is broken. There's a number of other, your SEO is not working. There's a number of other web related and digital related stuff. So just be aware and keep your guard up.
Yep.
So I don't have anything else on the subject. Do you?
Super simple.
Protect your personal and professional data. Thanks for being with us today. John Russell with The Business Source. I'm here with Jared Wittman. If you need help with video or marketing, give us a call. And don't forget, check out the full library of our podcasts on YouTube. Have a great day.